Buyer preferences in the automotive market have changed dramatically in the past several years. But what do these changes mean for you and for Pontiac in the coming decade? And perhaps more importantly, what effect are they having today as you sell the 1981 Pontiacs? You need the answers to questions such as these because the more you understand about consumers' wants, needs, and demands, the more successful you will be as a Pontiac salesperson. That's the purpose of this special Pontiac sales training video disc release, to help you understand for greater success. Recent independent and General Motors consumer testing and current product research examining why today's purchasers buy the cars they do provide valuable insights into what gives the 1981 Pontiacs their greatest appeal to prospective buyers. It's also possible to determine Pontiac's greatest advantages over the competition. So in 4 separate sales meeting segments, we'll look at factors which influence the sale of every Pontiac: small, sporty, medium, and full size. With the aid of a meeting outline and your dealer or sales manager, we'll stop several times to explore how you can take fullest advantage of Pontiac know-how to sell successfully against any competitive manufacturer. During 1981, 5.4 million small cars will be sold in America. That's 54% of the total market. 1 of every 2 people you'll see are potential Sunbird, Phoenix, or beginning in May, Pontiac J-car buyers. Obviously, fuel economy and cost to buy are first in the minds of every small car prospect. But what else are they looking for? Which needs does Pontiac's Phoenix satisfy? How does the Phoenix prospect differ from the Sunbird shopper? And how can you tailor each sales presentation to give Sunbird and Phoenix an edge over their competition? Sunbird prospects, more than any others you'll face, are looking hard at foreign competition. They'll consider domestic makes, but to sell Sunbirds, you must sell aggressively against the imports. Your greatest strength against any competitor is a sales approach focusing on Sunbird's fuel economy, low cost to buy, excellent price value, and appealing interior and exterior styling. As you know, Sunbird's EPA city rating of 24 mpg with the 4-cylinder and automatic transmission is as good as most of the competition and better than many. This is a major Sunbird strength. Of course, a few imports, led by the Volkswagen Rabbit diesel, do offer significantly higher EPA estimates. However, cost to buy, an equally important consideration among Sunbird prospects, gives you a solid advantage over just about any competitive product of comparable size. Against high-mileage competitors, Sunbird usually holds a tremendous price advantage. The Volkswagen diesels, for example, are priced several $1,000s higher than Sunbird's top-of-the-line sport hatch. Be certain that prospects considering more expensive, high-mileage imports judge fuel savings relative to initial cost. A base model Rabbit diesel, for example, saves $451 in annual fuel costs over Sunbird, but its initial cost is $1,739 higher. Prospects considering a Volkswagen diesel will need to drive it 4 years before they make up for this higher initial cost. Computing this for Sunbird against more expensive, higher mileage cars is easy and always effective in answering a fuel economy objection. Find out how many miles your prospect expects to drive each year, as well as the MPG rating and cost of the competitive make he or she is considering. Divide the MPG ratings of both cars into the annual mileage figure. Here, the difference in fuel consumption between Sunbird and a 30 MPG car at 10,000 miles a year is 84 gallons. To determine how this translates into dollars saved, multiply local fuel costs by the gallon difference. If fuel in your area is $1.50 per gallon, the 30 MPG car saves only $126 in annual fuel costs. Then figure the difference in initial cost and divide it by the annual fuel savings. If the 30 MPG car costs $500 more than Sunbird, it's not an economical purchase unless the prospect plans to drive it longer than 4 years. 8 years if it costs $1,000 more. 12 if the initial price is $1,500 higher. Remember, too, that Sunbird's 18.5-gallon fuel tank provides greater driving range than almost any competitor. Fewer Phillips means added convenience, an extra bonus of Sunbird's economy story. Now, with a little help from the video disc operator and your meeting instruction guide, we'll stop for a few minutes and let you explore Sunbird's driving range and total economy advantages over specific competitors. These advantages make Sunbird a tremendous sales opportunity. Of course, you'll be selling the 1980 Sunbird from stock. And as you know, nothing is quite as challenging or as satisfying as selling a new Pontiac right off the lot. It's the truest test of your sales ability, and the rewards beat any that professional sales can offer. You don't have to worry about unforeseen delays or fear a canceled order. And best of all, that fat commission check goes into your pocket right away. Of course, the customer benefits too. They needn't worry about delays either, or worse yet, changes in equipment they ordered. They're assured of getting the best trade-in value for their present car as well. Most importantly, immediate delivery means customers can say, "It's my car today," and nothing makes them happier. Pointing out these benefits is but one prerequisite for turning prospects into Pontiac owners from what you have in stock. To be successful, there's no substitute for properly qualifying your prospect. And it's essential that you do some homework as well. First thing each morning, check your dealership inventory. Know it inside and out, so that you'll be able to determine what's available to best suit a prospect's needs while you're qualifying him. Then show the right car immediately, making sure it's clean before you do. Give a complete feature presentation on items and equipment the prospect has already expressed an interest in. Get him inside for a test drive, demonstrating the features he wants. And know which features and equipment may be added at your dealership in case the car isn't equipped exactly as your prospect might like. If the car is equipped with something a prospect doesn't want and he objects, point out its value and benefits, such as extra convenience and added resale value. In overcoming any objection, reassert the benefits of ordering from stock, and always take advantage of your dealership's locator service, checking the list to see what's available in your area to satisfy a prospect's needs. Whether off your lot or from the locator list, find a car that will meet prospects' needs over the long run. Sell to that, and most prospects will forego color and equipment preferences in favor of the advantages of buying from stock. That's why proper qualifying and knowing your inventory is so important. What does your dealership have in stock? Are your Sunbirds clean? Ready to be driven? Can you sell them today? Let's take a moment and find out. Selling from stock will be equally important in making your first 1982 J-car sales. In fact, everything we've said about Sunbird's market will also apply to the new J-cars. Your prospects won't change, especially concerning their practical needs. But practicality isn't the only thing on their minds. Prospects indicate that Pontiac styling and interior appearance are major influences in their decision to buy. The J-car will knock their socks off, just as Sunbird has done. As a sales tool, Sunbird's styling appeal is most effective when it's not talked about. Show, don't just tell. Sunbird prospects will sell themselves on its sharp styling and appearance when you show them the car. Take them for a drive and sell hard. You're coming off 2 successive model year sales records with Sunbird. Its strengths and your competitive know-how will keep Sunbird on top all the way into May and the exciting new J-car. Of course, the 1981 Phoenix also remains one of your real bread and butter cars in this market. You'll sell 130,000 of them, over 15% of all Pontiacs sold this year. Phoenix prospects share many of the same wants and needs as Sunbird's prospects, but they differ in several important ways. Few Phoenix prospects have ever owned a foreign car, and while they may consider lower-priced imports, Phoenix's stiffest competition may well be its GM counterparts and Chrysler's new K-car. Most Phoenix prospects are currently driving mid to full-size cars, and are entering the small car market for the first time. They want improved fuel economy without sacrificing the comfort, roominess, and features they've grown accustomed to in their larger cars. And with Phoenix's greater availability, you'll have more opportunities to sell Pontiac know-how to the new values buyer. Remember, these buyers aren't necessarily loyal to a particular manufacturer. Their buying decisions are based almost exclusively on product facts and how well you present them. Stress Phoenix engineering. Explain how front-wheel drive and the transverse-mounted engine create added passenger comfort and room in a car of practical size for today. Put your prospects inside. Insist they drive a Phoenix. Handling and comfort are major factors in their decision to buy. And this is where Phoenix's greatest competitive strengths lie. While they're driving, point out the advantages of computer command control. Describe how it regulates fuel intake for economy, consistent performance, and cleaner air. Remember, too, that engineering features such as front-wheel drive and computer command control represent added value, something all Phoenix prospects are looking for. And value is especially important when discussing Phoenix's initial price. Prospects driving a 1975, 76, or 77 mid or full-size car may wonder why Phoenix, which is smaller, costs much more than what they paid before. Emphasize in dollars and cents how Phoenix's fuel economy, reduced maintenance, and improved durability saves the prospect money in long-term operating costs. Greater savings than was ever possible with his older car. Find out how many miles the prospect drives each year. And, like with Sunbird, compute annual fuel costs for Phoenix and his or her present make. At 10,000 miles, with fuel $1.50 a gallon, their annual cost for Phoenix is $682. If they get 15 miles per gallon with their present make, the annual fuel cost jumps to $999, $317 more each year. After 5 years, their savings in fuel costs alone are over $1,500 with Phoenix. The savings after 5 years become even more dramatic if prospects presently get 13 or 14 miles per gallon. Establish Phoenix savings in fuel costs. Then ask your prospect for his present car's maintenance schedule. Show how it compares to scheduled maintenance for the 1981 Phoenix. You'll find many reduced maintenance features which represent additional dollar savings. Among them, the Freedom 2 battery, maintenance-free and good for the life of the car. Permanently sealed wheel bearings, lubricated at the factory and requiring no additional maintenance. Spark plugs good for 30,000 miles, reducing the number of times he'll pay for their replacement, as well as expensive engine tune-ups. And depending on the year and make of the prospect's present car, you'll probably find other examples of how the 1981 Phoenix will save time and money in long-term maintenance costs. The 1981 Phoenix offers improved value in many ways. Like every new Pontiac, its standard GM specification all-season tires provide excellent traction on dry, wet, muddy, or snow-covered roads, eliminating the expense and inconvenience of changing to snow tires, a tremendous benefit in many areas of the country. Tell customers about Pontiac's Power Protection Plus, which warrants the powertrain against defects in material and workmanship beyond the regular warranty period. Stress Phoenix's durability, too. Make corrosion protection an integral part of your feature presentation, pointing out parts and components warranted against corrosion, as well as the plastisol coating which protects lower body metal and paint against stone chippage. Make certain prospects understand how these factors not only improve Phoenix's appearance over the long run, but provide added resale value as well. Show what Phoenix gives for the dollar, and you'll successfully answer many price objections. Some of you may know other ways of selling Phoenix value. Take a moment and find out. Utility represents added Phoenix value too, attracting many prospects to the hatchback, even though a coupe may satisfy their real needs. Prospects may be as easily sold on the coupe, particularly if they like one already in stock or feel the hatchback is priced out of their range. As always, it's important to distinguish between prospects' wants and needs. Styling, excellent price value, competitive fuel economy, and low MSRP for Sunbird. That's traditional Pontiac know-how. Improved economy and value, innovative engineering, roominess and comfort, and the excellent ride and handling of Phoenix. That's the Pontiac know-how of the 80s. These are your greatest strengths in today's small car market. And along with the forthcoming 1982 J-Car, will help you build future Pontiac customers for many years to come. That's where your know-how gives you the competitive edge.